nobody's cared about Knoxville since Ric Flair and Blackjack.
No, exactly. Yeah, boy. And what's funny is, remember, you know what I just told Michael? You were with me. Remember, you were there that night. We did the outreach show for Ted, or it may have been Stan Lane. And remember, across the street, that guy ran that free show at the service station.
I remember that.
Remember that?
I was there for that. I remember seeing Ted DiBiase Jr., who I just met when I was doing Extra Talent, and he said something to me, alluding that he'd met me before, and he got me confused. And I go, "No, I met you here." And he goes, "I don't know who you are," and then walked off. I was like, "Thanks, Ted Jr. Appreciate it."
Remember? Well, that's when Kamala got lost. I wrote about it in my book. That's when Kamala got lost coming into the building, and so they led him to the dressing room.
That's also the night that Tim Horner got mad at us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he got mad.
A lot of memories.
He got mad at us because his two students, it was a 6-man tag, and we were starting the show, and we were all, everybody else on the show had a few miles on them.
Yeah.
We were young kids, so I'm like, let's start this thing off and let's start doing stuff. We put his Tim Horner's 2 students in there, and they do the longest lockup of all time. Walk to the back, walk each other. They spent 5 minutes in a match that's only supposed to go 8 minutes long. And they bored the crap out of the audience.
I remember that.
And I'll never forget after they'd walk back and they did this. I was like, just tag me in. And the other guy wanted to wrestle me. I'm like, no, you're putting in Charlie Dreamer right now. And me and Charlie Dreamer we were doing hurricanranas, head scissors, flips. We did the biggest sequence. Tagged out, went to the heat, took it home. Tim Horner yells at us for going long.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh boy. And that was one of the last times we got to see Dr. Death Steve Williams. I remember that's when we had a few moments with him. And I just had to know, and that's when I asked Dr. Death Steve Williams, who's the one guy you never could move? Because, Dr. Death's still tough. And I just don't want to know, And he told me without thinking, he said, Andre. He said, I could pretty much move anybody I wanted to move except Dr. Death. I mean, except Andre. He said, if Andre didn't want to be moved, you couldn't move him. I just thought that was kind of cool. But that's also the famous night when the guy was asking Dr. Death, he'd already been battling cancer, and he was talking through the thing, and and the guy, the young greenhorn guy, had talked about smacking his leg or something like that. That's when Dr. Death said, if you want to smack somebody or something, you smack her right in the face. No, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Wrong story. It's when we were talking about the snapmare, and the guys kicked the guy in the back and smacked his leg, and Dr. Death said, I hate that. He said, I hate that. He said, you don't do it, snapmare somebody, and then kick him in the face. He said, kick him right in the face.
And they got mad about Triple H bringing a sledgehammer to the ring and hit
people
in the stomach with it.
Yes, that
goes,
too.
If you're going to swing that sledgehammer, I want to see some brains.
Yes! No! Boy, you're good. When I got a story to tell, I'm just going to let you tell it. But anyway, I'll never forget that. And then right across the street was a free show at that gas station. And remember, and I always thought that was comical because our show was free. Remember, it was an outreach. But I'll never forget, Kamala got lost, so they went and got him, Mike Lee, and led him to the dressing room. And he was in his gimmick. And I was screaming, no. Kamala's supposed to be lost. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shouldn't he be going through the people?
He did.
Saying, where's the dressing room? But they let him, in a straight line. Kamala should never walk a straight line. But anyway, good material. We just wasted it.
We just wasted. Nobody saw this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the edition of Daddy Work You Wrestling Claps. You know what time it is, George. How's your weekend?
Boy, I'm already blowed up, okay? But that ain't nothing new. Anyway, welcome everybody, boy, to... we did like 125, depending on which computer I was on at the library. We did like 125. The viewing station is going up with Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
It's probably because kids are out of school right now.
That's true.
And since there's not that many daytime soaps anymore. That's what I used to do when I got out of school. Like sometimes I was like, oh, that's why I catch up with Days of Our Lives. And then of course they would do the thing where all of a sudden the kids grew up real fast and wait a minute, that's Bo Brady? Oh my gosh. What? And I get all confused and I had to recalibrate. And then as soon as I got up with all the storylines, I had to go back to the school.
Well, that's when I fell in love with Rick Springfield. A lot of people don't know this. Jesse's girl, okay? He's very tough right now. But anyway, I had a crush on him, not in a crazy way, but in just I just thought it was cool that he was doing he was a doctor. He was a doctor
General Hospital.
Yeah, General Hospital. Thank you, Mike Lee.
General Hospital.
Yeah, General Hospital.
Aficionado.
Yeah, exactly. See, Mike Lee's like that guy that Johnny Carson needed. Maybe not John Carson, but there was that one comedian.
Doc Severinsen.
Yeah, Doc Severinsen. He's our Doc Severinsen. Okay, that when we get
maybe Bradford Marcellus.
Yeah, him too. Mike Lee, thank you. But anyway, so I have no idea what we're talking about. But Jesse's Girl, Rick Springfield. He was on the early double booking thing. I mean, he was on the soap operas, and then of course he had the hit records. And I just thought that was kind of cool that he got into early on soap operas. So anyway,
yeah, so you can't watch any soap operas because they're all canceled now. So that's why the viewership is going up. See, that's what we do it in Daddy Worky Wrestle. It's like an episode of Inception, just inside of a dream, inside of a dream.
See, but we know when to. But we're like that scary thing that I think it's died out now. Remember the scary clown that was getting to the kids? Yeah. Remember a couple weeks
Pennywise,
ago? Yeah. You'd just be watching like Barney, and all of a sudden here this little mean-looking thing would come out. Remember that? Was that you remember that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, remember, boy? Yeah, people. Somebody had gimmicked all of the computers to where your kid would be watching like Scooby Doo, and all of a sudden, I can't believe you didn't know about this. And all of a sudden, this scary monster comes out during Scooby Doo and tells your kids to go kill herself. Well, that's a shoot. I can't believe y'all didn't know about this.
It's like a subliminal thing.
Yeah, memorable thing. Submemoral thing. Well,
Yeah.
I know we're laying a lot on you right now.
I didn't realize you were a guest witness in that trial with against the music industry, saying that Suicide Solution caused somebody to commit suicide.
Yes. But I'll tell you, you play, I'm going to save this for the end of it. If you read the book backwards. Remind me when we get ready to go off the air.
If you read the book backwards, it says Paul is dead.
Yeah, we got to start something about it so people can buy it. Yeah, there is a hidden message if you read it backwards. Okay, we can't tell you what the hidden message is.
Hidden message is Tully Blanchard's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's instead of a member of the Beatles, it's actually the Four Horsemen. Like, the Four Horsemen, they got into an accident, and then all of a sudden, like, Tully died on the way to the show, but they found somebody who looked like Tully to replace Tully, and that's what they did. So it's kind of just like a Paul McCartney thing, but they did that with Tully.
We're going to say that.
That's a conspiracy theory. I'm starting right here, right now. Is actually the real Tully Blanchard's dead. They replaced Tully. That's why there's a moment in time like he looked a little bit different in like '87.
So what you're saying, Bullet, if you read this second greatest book backwards, Elvis may still be alive.
He's alive upstairs in Graceland.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't go upstairs in Graceland.
I believe that, Bullet. I believe that. I went there with Ted Long and Tommy Young. I think I told you. And at that time, you couldn't go upstairs, Mike Lee, and we were touring it. And they wouldn't let us go upstairs. And I remember Tommy Young and them, that's what they believed, that Elvis, that's why Tommy Young, that's when they didn't have the little laptop thing telling you where to go. You had a person, a tour guide.
Oh yeah, now it's even easier now because everybody's looking at an iPad now as opposed to looking what's in front of them. They're like looking at a picture of what's in front of them.
Oh.
So now he can sit up there in peace and no problem. And that's the thing too is like the family is allowed to go back into Graceland. Like that's the one time that Graceland isn't open is during the holidays, and because the family goes there and they have like family dinners, Lisa Marie. So that would make sense if Elvis is living up there.
Yes,
the family comes to visit him every time during the holidays.
And I got one better than this. Look how this great show educates. Why you're waiting to go into Graceland and you got that laptop thing, right? Guess what happens, Mike Lee? That scary guy that we just mentioned. The scary guy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, remember what'd you just call it, Mike Lee?
Subliminal message.
The subliminal message.
Yeah.
Why,
Just like this one is in Judas Priest's song.
Yes, exactly. So why? See, it's all a big work. Everything's a big work. So while you're waiting to go into Graceland and you're looking down at your little laptop, that scary subliminal message comes in and tells you go kill yourself. See? That's why they have to get us. Bullet. Okay? I know I'm laying a lot on you.
And you can see a midget die in Wizard of Oz too, so.
You have to kick all the midgets because you get sued, so you got to say little people. But anyway, Bullet, so much education here on this show. You know what I'm going to shoot for as kids go back to school at the end of August? I'm going to get this in every school system. You know, on the free public television that you watch in the mornings, since they can't say the Pledge of Allegiance no more, we're gonna welcome the kids to school. Okay, I think that'd be a good idea. I'm gonna shoot for that. So anyway, welcome everybody.
Let's just give all the kids an iPad when they walk in. You do it at Graceland.
Yeah, what do you need teachers for? Boy, it's like Walmart. You know what I'm saying? The self-checkout is the destruction of the workforce as we know it. You just watch that. Well, I'm just telling you right now.
I mean, if you want to turn this into Joe Rogan's podcast real fast, we already talking about conspiracy theories. You're talking about, AI taking over the world.
What I love.
You want to take some DMT, George? You want to take some DMT?
But what I love is this woman, this poor little woman, with her little Walmart badge, is showing me the destruction of her own job, and she doesn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? She's showing, sweet as can be, big baby face, she's showing me where to go. And I'm saying, I'm begging her, ma'am, please just wait on me, okay? You person to person. No, sir, you need to go over here to this empty machine that's fixing to take. She doesn't even know. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, she won't take it. It's gonna
She
take a
doesn't
job.
even know that this time next year she's going to be out of a job, and it ain't like she's leading me to it. You see what I'm saying? She's leading me to the quicksand. But anyway, so I just go, Bullet. I just go and I say, ma'am, it's your own destruction right here. So much to cover, Bullet. So much going on in the world. Sonny and Cher World Tour 2019 is fixing to happen. We're bringing good-looking Stan Lane with us, and we're taking over Knoxville. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're coming in town. Bullet will be there all weekend. All I know, Bullet, is the real Batmobile is going to be there. I'm going to get one. I done talked with some people that they're going to sneak me in, and I'm going to get a photo op, and I ain't going to have to pay for it with the Batmobile. And this ain't just some, and it ain't Jerry Lawler's Batmobile either. This is the, I think it's the Michael Keatonish era. I think, Bullet. But it don't matter to me, it's the Batmobile. So, Pee Wee Herman's there. A lot of huge people are there, a lot of guests. But the Batmobile, Bullet, what an honor for me.
Well, what I'm looking forward to is, we got to bring the ring up there. What if we forget a piece of the ring? And we got to do something. But don't worry, because MacGyver's going to be there.
Oh.
Richard Dean Anderson is going to be there.
Bullet.
So if we forget something or something happens with the ring, we'll just go get MacGyver.
I kind of love that. Oh, but hey, we don't even need to take a ring. He'll build us one.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
With like a shoehorn and some duct tape. Bullet. That's very older Stan Lane-ish. MacGyver's the guy. Look, a little bit. So anyway, they may do a photo op together.
Yeah, not the new MacGyver. New MacGyver, I don't know what he looked like.
Oh, no. They redid it. So I didn't know he was going to be there, Bullet. So excited. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping, and she was there, something happened, they may count, Linda Blair, who was the exorcist back in my day. Her head spun around, she spit out green puke and all this kind of stuff. But I met her one time at a convention, and she just understands how this thing works. Do you see what I'm saying? Even though I was a little standoffish and a little scary, Michael Lee, because I was waiting for her head turn, she was very attractive in like this, I'll kill you in your sleep kind of way. But listen to me.
That's the best kind of stuff. That's the
best
kind.
She saw, if you can believe it, in this huge room of people, our eyes kind of met, Bullet, across the...
She saw crazy from across the room.
Yeah, and she noticed a little standoffish on me, you know what I'm saying? Not like a redneck at your gimmick table that just don't want to spend no money, but she knew I was kind of, okay, let me just play this. But she warmed up to me, Bullet.
Somebody who was possessed by a demon singing Man of the Cloth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, she saw the crucifix on the T-shirt. She got a little concerned.
You know how that works. I didn't think about that, Bullet. Well, that's good. But we got to use that, okay, on stage sometime, okay? But anyway, so that's why it was standoffish. What am I thinking?
No.
Bullet? Of course it was standoffish. But anyway.
Think you're going to start talking Latin to her, throwing holy water on her?
No wonder, Bullet. God, all these years I thought it was me. I mean, all these years I thought that I just didn't, wasn't her kind. You see what I'm saying?
You're not, definitely not. Definitely not.
Now I know I'm not her kind. Dang it took me a while. So anyway, so much going on, boy. I know you got a lot going on. Matter of fact, something tonight as soon as we leave here, right?
Yep, All Organic Comedy Show. My feature canceled on me last minute. I can't tell you. Listen, George.
Bullet.
I cannot handle this. I should be still basking in the glow of taking my second brain buster from Jushin Thunder Liger at Park Center and getting to take that brain buster through a tent. I should be basking in that glow. But when I go to bed after all that happens, I go, yeah. And I clench my fist just for a second, just for a little second. That's when real life was like, oh no, we got to ruin this. And it started creeping in, like Linda Blair and The Exorcist, like hovering over me, ended up in my phone. 2 of the comedy shows I had this weekend, I had 2 cancellations. And they just dropped it on me that morning. And I'd already had trouble with this feature because he didn't give me no picture to put on the flyer. So I had to delay promotion. It took me I missed a week of promotion because of that, and then cancels last minute, and then I immediately send out the bat signal. And guess what? Nobody was home. Batman was too old. Batman was too cranky. Batman's like, I don't want to get out of bed.
Batgirl ain't available.
Batman already said he's having a nice week in Metropolis and not Gotham City. Like I contacted 8 different comedians yesterday, and all of them turned me down.
Wow.
And I felt like Harley Race with the briefcase out, just like take the money. Because this is the show that you get paid the most for
That's so
doing.
much like wrestling.
This one right here, like this is the one where you get the most amount of money from.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, take the money, and they're like, no, they don't, and they just threw it down.
Wow.
Like, and so like I said, screw it. So I've come up with a plan T, and we're gonna go about that, and we're gonna make the show happen, and that's gonna happen here
Good
tonight.
for you.
So.
Well, now, honestly,
The Saturday show got fixed pretty easily. That was one text message done. So.
Well, but now for something in that situation like tonight, will you fill in or do you? I mean, I know you can if you have to.
I got a guy filling in.
Okay,
He's fantastic.
Good. Okay, good.
If I can't get somebody, I'm gonna reward somebody local.
Right,
so
I love that. Good for you.
I'm gonna reward somebody who's worked very hard for the show, and I'm gonna give him a premier spot and have some fun. But then it's funny when that's when I don't have a feature. People are like, well, can I? And I'm like, no,
yeah,
not you, not you.
That's so much like wrestling. It's just like everybody wants to wrestle till it's time to wrestle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to be a comedian until it's time to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen nothing like it. Anyway, so that's tonight, right? Just a few short hours,
a few hours
right
away,
here.
and then of course we're doing the show on Friday in Knoxville, and then we will come all the way back to Charlotte, and I will then do a comedy show on Saturday here in Charlotte at a country club.
Love that.
So we'll see how that goes.
Well,
and then I will go back to Knoxville the next day because I'm very poor at planning. And then busy week.
And then when you go back, that of course that's wrestling, but we don't take a ring Saturday, do we? We just do the ring on Friday, and we're done.
We're done. It's gonna be an open trailer, so I'm looking forward to that because that's gonna be easier to deal with.
Oh yes, don't have to move. Don't have to unload to unload.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that.
Just a quick point. You and Thunder Liger again this past weekend. Bullet. I saw some pictures. Pretty cool on the tent. Bullet.
Through the tent.
Through the tent. Oh, I love that. Bullet. So,
I feel like he wasn't really. I think he knows who I am because he's every time he sees me, he goes, "Oh, the book." The book. And so every time
excuse me. You're known more for your book than I am, Bullet. Dang.
So he kind of knows that, but then I think he put pieced together. He forgot about New York, and I go through the tent. He goes, "Oh, yeah, yes," and he was very excited. That man got very excited to give me a brainbuster through a text. He got very excited very fast.
And see, I always love him. I was sharing it with Mike Lee. You know, when Great Muta was very close. Bullet. They were very, very good friends. And when Great Muta came over here back in the day, years ago, and of course I had his first match. You never think people are watching or pay attention or anything like that. But of course Gary Hart managed Great Muta when I worked him his first night here for Raleigh. Of course, long story short. And then years went by, and they brought Thunder Liger into WCW to feud with Pillman and Brad Armstrong for the junior belt and all that. And I never forget, I was in the dressing room. Gary Hart comes over to me and says, "Can I see you for a minute?" He said, because in center stage, top guys found their own little room. Of course, we all were in one room together. So anyway, and I'll never forget that because that's where Sid come in there upset that he hurt somebody, which was fake. And then that's when Hawk confronted him in front of all of us in our dressing room that if he hurt somebody else, he was going to hurt him. And we all stood up and went, yes. But anyway, so Gary Hart took me into Juice Thunder Liger's dressing room and introduced me as Muta's guy, as the guy that worked Muta his first match. And it was so cool because Liger stood up and I was telling Mike Lee, and he bowed, and I couldn't bow because I threw my back out. So I was trying to bow in sequence to his bow. Yeah. But anyway, just a cool moment for Gary Hart, to remember that I'd really tried to work hard, and get Muta over and all this kind of stuff. Which anyway.
Well, that's why to dovetail off that. There's a story, and I can't share it anywhere else. I might as well share it with 100 people that watch here. So the few people that I watch, you get something kind of exclusive and special. It was a big deal for Liger to give me that brainbuster through a tent. Hopefully the video of that just kind of gets circulated around, and that's a cool thing. And that Liger's given that brainbuster to thousands of people. Right. But he's never done it through a tent. Right. So I'm the only one to have that done. So that's a special moment for me. That's a special moment that I will have with Liger specifically. And so after the match, I thanked Liger repeatedly for the match. But then I walked over to him and I go, Liger-san, it meant a great deal for me for you to give finish on tent. Right. That meant a lot to me in my career. You fantastic wrestler, but even better human being. Those are my last words.
I love that. So, and how special, with this being his last, last hurrah, for you to be part of that. So, And I really
Twice.
think, yes, and I really think, even for the people in Charlotte to see him, you don't even, you want to shake them sometimes and say, do you realize what you just was able to witness here? You know, and just our life full circle, because, you know, it's Grady Cole Center now, but of course, Charlotte Park Center, when I was a kid, that's the very first wrestling show at 9 years old I ever went to, was that building. That was the Charlotte Park Center.
Yeah, well, and it was funny too. They've rearranged everything. I don't know if you've been in there recently.
No, I heard it was.
Yeah, they've rearranged it, and like the area where the merch stands were actually where the kitchen was, which is where we did the locker room last time we were there.
Right.
And of course, I was taking Mike Lee around and go, oh, this is right here is where Abe Jacobs was bothering Roddy Piper. And then I take a step back. I go, why do I sound like George all of a sudden? I'm showing people around to certain spots in the Grady Cole Center where I used to do stuff.
Oh, I love that.
So,
well, see, the basketball team we had here, the Hornets, years ago, I was just telling Mike Lee this too. They came in there and gutted it out because they used it for a full year for training. And so it wasn't really, I don't know what's in it now, but it wasn't even like a wrestling building once they got done. They used to didn't even have chairs. You had to bring chairs and everything in it. Me and Stallion tried to rent it 1 year for when we were doing the huge Wrestle Christmas Mania shows for the kids. And it was just such a hassle. We were able to go get the Charlotte Coliseum because that building, the Grady Cole Center, you have to hire the city people. In other words, you can't bring our people in.
The worst. Absolutely.
It's nuts.
The worst. Just the worst. That's why when people were talking about like tearing that thing down, like a couple years ago, people were like, no, save it. And I go, no, burn it to the ground.
Yeah, because
none of those people there are accommodating or want to do anything anyways. They make it so difficult. Like, that's a beautiful building. They have a lot of events, have a lot of activities for the community.
Yeah.
But none of you want to.
Nothing happens there.
You don't want to meet anybody halfway. You want to gouge the price out of everybody. You want to make it as difficult and as hard as possible.
But I don't know if he's still there, but it's a true story. When we went in to book this building for a free show, and now we were going to pay rent on it. We didn't want the building for free, but he was like a 19. This is a true story. The guy over the building at that time was like 19 years old. He had just graduated from Appalachian State, so he's in charge of this building. I never forget. I'm sitting in his office, and he's trying to tell me the history of pro wrestling in this building. Of course, we got out of there, and we never did anything there. But see, even this is just probably more.
Then
information.
you took him around, like, oh, this is where I stood when Paul Jones told me to get him a cup of coffee. And he never came back.
I come back and he's gone. But boy, here's what's so funny about all of this, and it's probably more information than our viewers want to know, is early on, Kid Rock, Pat Benatar, a lot of those early guys and girls bands would come in there, but they even quit coming because the building got so crazy with the merchandise. I don't know what it is now, but they used to take a huge percentage of your merchandise. Yeah. So a lot of the bands just said forget it, and that's why they go to the merchandise mart or different places in Charlotte.
That's why they use the Fillmore and other places, even Visual Lights. But that's the thing too. Like we lost Tremont.
Yeah.
Don't you think like there's this void for spaces? You can put bands in there.
But nothing goes on. If you don't live in here, you don't know what we're talking
about. But somehow roller derby girls have the access to get in there, but you won't touch wrestling with a 10-foot pole. You mean to tell me that roller derby girls are jumping through the same hoops that you're making everyone else jump through?
And they do a full season. That's what blows my mind. Roller derby does a free season in that building. So, folks, anyway, if you're coming to Charlotte to visit, you don't want to go see.
Oh, and you'll let tough man competitions come through there. You'll have a tough man competition where you got people causing brain damage, untrained fighters hurting like normal people hurting each other. Yeah, sure, we'll let you come in, no problem. We'll take that money.
I am, and that's part of my life. That's part of my history. That's part of my childhood. Was at Charlotte Park Center, but it is not. Nothing goes on there. That's what I'm trying to tell
demolish
people. They don't want nothing.
BWX got that one show in there. You can take it down for all I care.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Even when we did the Great American Bashes, all those years, 30,000 people, it wasn't in Grady Cole. It was in the stadium behind it. We didn't even use, matter of fact, we didn't even use the Grady Cole maybe for dressing. It's never been. It ain't what people think, everybody big wrestling historians and all this kind of stuff. It's just an awful empty building. It really is. And so,
shame.
Well, remember, we did the one where we had, I wrestled, me and Bill Eaton, my superstar, wrestled Reed and David Flair with Ric Flair. Remember that main event? It drew, 10 people. And Piper was there that night. They had a lot of Piper's kit.
That was the night I wrestled.
Steamboat was there.
I wrestled Richie Steamboat, and that's when he punctured his forearm on the turnbuckle.
Yes.
And he started bleeding everywhere, and we tried to get him to take it. Me and Tommy Young tried to get him to take it home, and he wouldn't take it home.
Yeah.
He kept wanting to go, but he was bleeding profusely.
Yeah.
And
I'll never forget that.
Well, I'll never forget that because every time I look good in trunks, Tommy Young wants to come up to me and tell me that story about him being in the ring. That's why I always know I'm in good shape, is when Tommy Young wants to come and talk to me about that match that he refereed with Richie, and he's bleeding everywhere. And then when I get like a little pudgy, like I maybe had like a milkshake like earlier in the day, Tommy Young won't go talk to me at all. But I'm looking good. I look great. Worked out that morning. Tommy Young come and grab me and want to tell me that story again.
I know when Bullet's been to working out in the gym, because Tommy Young asked me, well, where's that like that Bullet Jake Manning? I mean, is he here tonight? And then sometimes he don't ask for you, so I know how they.
Yeah,
so,
anyway. When he hangs on to me for the entire story, that's when I know I'm really looking good.
So to you people of Charlotte that want to come here, it's nuts. Bullet, it really is. It's like we talked about.
Don't want to do the Grady Cole Center. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we talked about last week.
Grab your best hold.
It's like we talked about last week. Tweet your railroad. Go to see Ninja Turtles at Tweet your Railroad. They don't even go together. Okay. So anyway, so much going on, Bullet. We're just here to help people. Okay. Big week. If you get a chance to pull Idiot of the Week, if you don't mind, Michael, you got to hear this Idiot of the Week. Now I want it to be said here first, because if they follow through with it, I'm gonna sue them. Okay. Because the ideal comes here first. Bullet, here's who I'm going to throw in the idiot. A lot of consideration. I know the idiots are running wild, but Bullet, we're all about missed opportunities here, okay? And about what could have been and is not happening. So, but here, Bullet, instead, I'm going to throw WWE, okay, into the idiot bag.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to throw them in. Here's why. Okay. We all know the ratings are pretty low, okay? And everybody's grasping at straws. Everybody's wondering what's going on. So what
straws
they do,
called Eric Bischoff.
Yes. So they bring back, which I like Eric Bischoff, I like Paulie Dangerously. And believe it or not, we're actually talking about wrestling on a wrestling show. I can't believe it. But anyway, Bullet.
Bojangles hasn't done anything done this week.
No, I know. Oh, I do got the bag over there somewhere with 18 packs of jelly. They're probably spoiled, been in the car for 2 weeks. But I'm going to show that to the people. Brother thought he got the best of me, Mike Lee, because there's nobody in line, and I got one biscuit, and he asked me to pull up. And I, NWO-ish, you know what I'm saying, with a can of spray paint on that window, the Bojack window, I ain't pulling up. And I didn't pull up. You see what I'm saying? For one freaking biscuit? Anyway, and then so to get back at me, Mike Lee, he gives me my bag, didn't even say thank you. There's like 18 packs of jelly in it, which, like we talked about last week, I got the best over on him because I've been eating off that jelly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Jelly soup.
I've been eating jelly soup and crackers, like I can't see. But anyway, what the heck am I talking about? Oh, boy, so.
WWE.
WWE in the idiot bag, but listen to me. Why would you, and I understand why, they're trying to get ready, but you bring back Eric Bischoff, Paul Dangerously, okay? But boy, I could have solved all that. You know what? The ticket, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my own promotion. Michael, you heard it here, okay? And guess what? Me and the Royal Rumble guy. We got to meet
David Arquette.
David Arquette, okay?
You're having a sit down with David Arquette?
I'm going to have to sit down with David Arquette. We're going to be the new fraction. I'm going to go find somebody with some money to put money into it, okay? And then there's going to be no AWE, it's going to be us, me and David Arquette. But listen to this. Okay. Guess the first two people I'm going to hire. The first one is, of course, my homeboy, Colin, Chapikek, whatever his name is. You know, yeah. That's going to be my big heel. But now listen to this, Mike Lee. Listen to me. He's going to bring my big heel. He ain't got to say a word. That's tickets. Do you see what I'm saying? Already, that's ticket. And brother doesn't say it.
You're better than the XFL.
Now listen to me. Listen, and brothers already showed interest. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? He's going to have a valet. Guess who the valet is?
Sure.
Yes. Guess who the valet is? The purple soccer girl with the purple hair that threw the American flag. But listen, don't you just want to punch me right now for even suggesting this? Listen to me. And here, it's going to work. You see what I'm saying? And you say, okay, well, who's going to be the baby? I don't even need a baby face. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, and I'm not done. Okay, and reason WWE.
I like how you went on Facebook and you looked at all the people who are your friends, and and you're just like, who do all the people on my friends list hate the most? And the thing is, like, I'm aware that people don't like Colin Kaepernick. I'm not one of those people. I didn't know anything about the soccer star.
Oh yeah, she's nuts. You know, they won.
I love her. I think she's great.
Here's what I love. You know, they won too, so she can really rub it in everybody's face.
Yeah.
They won, but during the celebration, they threw the U.S. flag on the ground.
Yeah,
But,
I'm never a fan of that, but I don't think most people know, like, you're not supposed to do that.
But no, I know. But listen to me, Bullet. But here's what I'm trying to say. In America, it's so stupid. You're supposed to get heat. You see what I'm saying? Listen, in my federation, if you go to another country and like Chris Jericho, feel free to come work for me, Chris. If you want to wipe your butt, with the American flag, you will not be prosecuted. Remember? Because he had to go to jail. Remember? He had to go to jail because he wiped a flag. But listen, here's my whole concept. In pro wrestling, nobody, and I'm going to be I'm starting to get I'm going to start getting controversy. Everywhere I go, there's going to be controversy.
Well, yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
That's the thing too. Like I was talking about this on my other show that nobody else listens to about like true heels. Like I like the kid, but like when everybody's talking about, oh, MJF, he's such a good heel, great heel, and when fans are like, this guy's a great heel, you're not a heel.
No,
sorry to break it to you. You're
exactly.
Not. You know who the greatest heels are? People who we don't like.
No, exactly. And
that's a heel.
Here's my whole point behind this new. This
JBL? Nobody liked that guy.
Well, he was the one that did the.
Oh yeah, he got in trouble for that too.
He got in trouble too.
Yeah.
And then
you go back and look at JBL 2004. You can't tell me you don't like that man.
And then we apologize. But here's the whole.
You put
concept.
that man here today.
Well, here's in the whole concept of things, because I keep everything in perspective. Is it's so comical to me that we're talking about professional wrestling. The scheme is professional wrestling, which. In the real world, nobody even gives us any credibility at all. In other words, they don't even think we're athletes. They don't even know what to call us. You see what I'm saying? They all laugh at us. They don't even. Nobody even wants to know they're associated with us till they either want free tickets, okay, or something else they want to use wrestling. But here, I'm gonna throw it back in their face, and my heels are gonna be real heels. They're not gonna be able to go out in public because people are gonna hate them that much. Okay,
that's what a heel is.
Exactly. You can't have a heel that's selling stuff. You got to have people that don't like your bad guy. I thought that's how this is supposed to work.
That's why back in the day, the baby faces had to give some of their merch money
to
the heels because they were never going to sell anything.
That's what
I'm reason that people like this guy so much is because there's a good heel over here.
No, Bullet, and it's such a concept. Can you imagine? And I'm going to do it first.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We live in a world where that's never going to happen.
No, I know that.
And we got to just cherish the people who are at least competent at that job well enough that can at least get close to that line, that is edge enough, like MJF does a good job of that. But at the same time, too, I'm still old enough to know exactly what heels are. But at the same time, too, I'm glad we live in a world where people can't freely say some of the things that a heel says.
But listen to me. But I'm telling you, but you got to keep it in the concept of wrestling here, okay? Because there is, and I've always said this, there is no badge of honor, there is no code of honor, there is nothing to judge nothing by because nobody gives us no freaking credibility. Okay, so why not use that? Okay, so here, and hey, it may not be AWE putting bits out. It may be me and my Royal Rumble guy, my Ready to Rumble guy. Okay, well anyway, so now I'm saying he's gonna be my champion. Okay, that could get a little bit of heat too. He's done did that, so he ain't gonna be my champion. But so I'm bringing back my Colon guy. Okay, but he's my top heel, valeting with the purple girl, okay, the purple hair girl that throw the American flag down. Automatically, Bullet, first building's done sold out, okay? You see what I'm saying? I'm going to check you and Kayla, I'm going to check you and Stan Lane's availability. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Bullet, may you have to work them. But, listen to me, just us talking about it.
They call him look like a star.
And then he'll ask about you at the next show. You see what I'm saying? But, Bullet, what a missed opportunity that I'm going to pursue, and automatically tickets will be sold. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
And then like Lamar Jackson's going to come around to wrestling, and then John Harbaugh is going to be like, oh, this was Colin's guy, who's real good. Lamar, don't worry.
Listen, and guess what? My first vendor guest at my first show is going to be Jose Canseco, who's still selling Bigfoot Adventures.
Well, listen, if you want to bring Jose Canseco into the gathering that's coming up sometime soon, sounds like they're going to have space.
So, Jose Canseco, my girl, and Colin Bullet is going to fix it to change wrestling. I really believe that. Because you said it all as we get ready to close. A heel, Lord forbid, a heel be hated. Okay. You see what I'm saying here?
I mean, I get why we can't, but at the same time, too, like, I don't know.
But, Bullet, and then I'm done. Guess what T-shirts Guess what my official, I don't put a lot of thought into this, boy, okay? Guess what? Me and the grandbaby sitting around the table, eat chicken nuggets, and we're throwing ideals around like Dusty's beat. Guess what? My official t-shirt, well, I ain't got the letters yet because I don't know what I'm going to do yet, okay? I may even go after WWF, the Wildlife Fund. I may have to feud with them too. You see what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that, remember, they sued Vince McMahon. I may even get them mad at me. But let's just, boy, and then I'm going to close with this, Mike Lee. Guess what? My... the babies that was in Southwest Wrestling, the two babies wrestling,
yeah.
Guess what is going to be on all of our merchandise?
What?
Ariel, different colors. You see what I'm saying, Mike Lee? Listen to me. Not just one different color, but Ariel for Mermaidish, and I'm just going to change her feet so they can't sue me, okay? Because
all nationalities.
Yeah, all nationalities. You see what I'm saying? Any color I can dream of, and I'm leaving that up to my grandbaby. My grandbaby part of the
people of color Ariel.
Yeah. And she's gonna be, look, I'm gonna put a little cheap belt on her. Mike Lee, let's tell you, and those three is gonna take me right to the promised land. Boy, okay? You see what I'm saying?
I'm failing to see why we put WWE in here.
Well, because they missed all this.
They missed all this.
Yeah.
Okay.
If me and four grandbabies sitting around eating chicken nuggets can dream this up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And he's got all of this money. Vince has got all of this brains, and he brought back two of the geniuses. They can't see this, but we seen it. Okay. So
okay, now I get it.
Yeah. Do you understand? But wait.
I thought we were just scrolling through Facebook.
No, boy. I put some thought into this. You see what I'm saying? So what y'all people gonna say when all nationality of Ariel is got a wrestling belt on, saying whatever our promotion name is? I have to come up with that. Okay. Mike Lee hates it already. He said he just wants to buy a ticket. Who don't want to see me fail? Who wouldn't? With just these ideals. Who don't want to see this?
I don't know how you can with all these ideas.
But listen to me. I'm telling you, in 12 minutes, I just changed the landscape of wrestling, Bullet, with just ideals. You see what I'm saying? And me and grandbaby's put much thought into this. Okay. Vince got thrown nitty bag because they missed this opportunity. All of these are waiting, Bullet, and we got to hit it now because in 6 months it ain't gonna be cool no more. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, nobody's gonna care about Ariel in 6 months. I gotta push it now. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, with all that being said, Bullet, I know that I can count on my people here to help me support it. Okay?
Okay.
Bullet. So, and you summed all this up, whether you believe it or not. You summed it all up by saying why can't a heel be hated? You see what I'm saying?
Why can't we look at forms of entertainment? This person is a bad guy. He is in the realm of entertainment. And
yes.
And I understand representation. I understand that words do matter, and I'm glad that we live in a time like that. But then maybe if we live in a time like that, as opposed to putting out softcore heels, maybe we would redefine what a heel is and how we create them. One thing that creates good heels is by cramming people down people's throats.
Yes.
People hated John Cena because he felt like he got everything too soon. They hated Roman Reigns because they hated so much of him. You really want to take some of these guys that are heels, you thrust them right to the front of the top right away.
Yes.
Before they earn it.
Yeah,
Don't make them earn it.
I think so.
Because you thrust them right away. Like, let's say you put the belt right on MJF right away. And people are like, it's too soon, too fast.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you just put them all these shows right away.
That's what I'm doing with Colin. Like Dusty, when we come out for our first interview.
And then maybe he even has a bad match in one of them, and then people are like, why is he still holding the belt? And then you hang on to it a little bit longer.
Colin won the belt in Puerto Rico. That's what I'm going to say. When we first come out, when he comes out with the belt, Mike Lee, automatically Colin's coming out with the belt. Okay?
So you got to redefine what a heel means.
Yeah, he won it in Puerto Rico. Okay? Last night. Okay, here's our new champion. Okay, right off the bat. So anyway, so what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. I know we covered a lot. If somebody runs out before I can trademark all this bull, I'll be heartbroken. Okay, but fans, listen to me.
I don't think anybody's touching it.
The Ariel was the ace in the hole. Okay, that will get my grandbabies through college. Okay, and get me out of jail. So anyway,
I'll put you in it.
Great wrestling fans, listen to me. If you want to find out what the subliminal message when you read this book backwards, you need to
get the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com. If you want to know more about what I got going on this weekend, back and forth in Knoxville pretty much all weekend long, you can follow me on Instagram at ManScoutManning or on Twitter at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Daddy Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show, boy. Man, Mike Lee, I don't know how we're going to top this. You hear me? What do you think? And what I'm gonna do is like when NWO got crazy and they did the Latinos, Latino NWOs. Yeah. That's what. Remember all the shirts were different.
World Order?
Oh yeah, the Aerial World Order,
Mermaid World Order.
Yeah, the Mermaid
MWO.
World Order. Yes. Jay Drake, how you doing, bro? You got time to come back, Mister?
Appear on Raw?
Yeah, appear on Raw.
Yeah, I got back just in time.
Don't be taking my ideals up there and giving them to them either, okay?
I've already sent him a text message.